Hi everyone, welcome to our reaction video to Watchmen Season 1, Episode 9, final episode of the season. Can you believe that we got here, Min?
Yes.
You can't believe it. Okay, I can believe it too. It's inevitable that we reach Episode 9.
But it's also hurt, like, what do we do? What are we going to do next? Like,
Yeah,
something
right.
so good, and you're reaching the end, it's like the end of your chips
Right.
cans, and you're like, oh,
Right.
there's only this much?
Yeah.
Oh.
What do we do with ourselves now that this is
Yeah.
finished? The title of the episode is See How They Fly, which comes from a Beatles song, which is why I showed you that. I
See
showed
How
him
They
the
Fly.
song. Yeah, I showed him the song before.
I am the walrus?
Yes, that's right. Before we began recording, because I was worried he didn't know the song.
Walruses don't fly, sir.
There are many things walruses don't do. That is true. Yes, fly is one of those things they don't do. And they received a score of 9.0 on IMDb.com, and that's around 2,000 votes for that score.
Decent score.
Right. Now, before we begin recording, there's a little bit of good news, bad news for Min and myself that I'm going to share. Bad news is I am sick AF. AF being standing for as blah blah blah, which I can't say. I was sick last week, but you couldn't really tell. But this week it's in my throat, it's in my nose, so I'm trying to soldier on. Min's going to have to carry my weight this week.
Alright.
But that might be difficult for Min. So the good news is Min is a proud father as of yesterday.
Yeah, or not. Yeah, or not.
No, you're happy. You're happy. The appropriate response is you're very happy.
If you got promoted to regional manager overnight, are you happy? Yes. Are you nervous? Yes. Are you there yet? No.
Man, you compared having a child to being promoted in your job. They're not even the same.
No, it is the same. Like the okay, everybody look at me like with brown eye, like, oh, you're a father. I was like, what do I do?
I think Min is conflicted. We were discussing this before when he came over.
Right? Does it look like a father to you? He's more like a father to me.
No, I'm a father to no one. I'm a father to myself. That's
All right,
all.
look at
No,
us
don't throw
and,
this on me.
and say something like,
No.
which one of it looks more like a father?
This guy. Oh, what's the name? You haven't told me yet. What's the name of your son, Min?
Long.
Okay, and then his weight when he was born?
3 point something, 4?
3.4 kilograms?
Yes.
Is that big?
It is decently big. We had to use C-section to get him out, so that
Right.
is big, but
Yeah, that
he's
had me
very
worried.
healthy. He's very
That had me
healthy.
worried. They had to do a C-section, so I was worried for him and his wife. But
Yeah.
fortunately, the wife is fine. The child is fine. Min, not so much. Not so much. We're worried
No.
about
It
worried
hurt
about
me.
his paternal feelings. You're proud to be a father, right, Min?
Right. Yes. It take a while. What does proud mean? Do I associate myself with such feeling? Yes. All right, let's get back on track,
All
sir.
right, Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah,
yes,
no,
Dr.
it does.
Manhattan.
My head hurt as much as when A-Bar pried the ring out of Dr. Manhattan. I totally associate my feeling with that.
All right. Yeah, so when we last left our heroes, A-Bar... Oh, wait, no, that was episode 7.
Yes.
Like I said, I'm out of it. I am a little sick, so... full disclosure, I have watched the episode one time. Min, however, has never seen it, so
Yes.
this will be pure reaction from him.
Fresh for me.
And hopefully he carries it, because I'm a little out of it right now. So I will do my best, yes, to give you my 100%. And other cliches. So now let's begin. Anything else, Ted, before we do the reaction?
Not really. Let's go.
All right. So please join us in a second when we do our reaction to Watchmen Season 1, Episode 9, See How They Fly.
I'm recording this message on November 1st, 1980.
Oh, those are the 3 Asian guys who work in his Antarctic retreat.
Yeah, from the comic book. But
Yes.
really more than 3. You can see more of those.
Ah.
Yeah. Like the Asian guys.
Maybe she's trying to steal the biotech.
Same password. they
Yeah,
use in the
same
comic book.
password. Oh, those lines. Those are the famous lines from Lady Trio, the real Lady Trio.
I figured she was quoting something.
Yes.
Yeah. So how was her Vietnamese? I think she's American because her English was flawless. So
Yes, a bit. tilted to the American side.
Yeah.
Still very well done though.
Oh, okay. So it's still good, right?
You killed 3 million people. Back in '85, you manufactured a trans-dimensional being and then teleported it to New York City.
And how do you know all this?
Yeah.
Only the smartest man in the world could come up with that.
First woman who talked to him like that.
Yeah,
Look at how he's taking back.
yeah.
And why would you hope that?
Because I would save you.
Because I'm your daughter.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Even better.
Even worse.
She was one of the Vietnamese refugees working here in '85.
So
Viet.
not
Yeah.
just Asian, not just Vietnamese, but Vietnamese refugees.
Yeah.
And I will never call you.
Oh, D is for daughter.
Yeah.
Save me, D.
Yes. Like the butterfly from issue number 9
Yes, got
or 10,
covered
11.
by
Yes.
got covered by the snow.
Yeah, that's right.
He's-
Never throw away your gun, but
Yeah, don't do that. It shows how inexperienced. Oh, he used to do this trick when he catch the bullet.
Yeah, right.
I had 8 years to kill. Having a worthy adversary helped to keep me sane.
So he designed everything by himself. He designed the game warden, everything by himself to keep his sanitary.
He didn't design the people. That's Manhattan, but
Yeah.
he designed their roles within.
Everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
The trial, all of it. It was all his idea. So the story, remember he was talking about he's working on a story?
Yeah.
It was not Manhattan, it was the story of his captivity. Because he knew he was going to take 8 years for the spaceship to come, so he designed all of this to keep himself amused while he was prisoner of the Dr. Manhattan built city or place.
Godspeed.
For people watching, that information I have about him making that story and all that, that comes from the interview that Craig Mazin did with the showrunner from the HBO Watchmen podcast, the showrunner Damon Lindelof. So that's how I know, because not all of that made it into the story.
But the fact that you took the time to spell out daughter, it meant a lot to be acknowledged.
I was probably counting on that.
Yeah.
Now we have a god to kill. Let's roll out, shall we?
She put on that. Back 10 seconds, please.
You can just tell me, so what did she put on?
Traditional Ao Yai thingy. That. Oh.
Why? What's the significance?
Well, the Ao Yai is notoriously easy to be confused between many other versions of Asian thing, but we alone have that.
Oh, I
It's
see.
more like a crown, it's more like a halo, it's our pride. And in the final moment, for her to put on that, she leave to her father when he put on the crown. That is our very
So
pride.
she's signifying that this is a
Yeah.
very special moment
Yeah.
for her.
This show does justice to the Vietnamese aspect, the Vietnamese culture.
Have you seen on chat boards if Vietnamese people have really got onto this show? They aware of it?
Yeah, really.
Are they? Have they been talking about it?
No. Watchmen, even the original one is not reaching them, but no.
Yeah,
I hope they would though.
they might catch on later.
Senator King Sr.
Oh.
The one who passed the first
Yeah.
anti-vigilante
Secret
act.
racist.
Shut up.
Shut up.
I got a teleport.
Give Mike a line.
So dry, so cheap.
Yeah.
It's actually painful for the daughter of the comedian to hear such cheap jokes.
Yeah, right. It's not there. They're there. They got teleported.
The entire room got teleported.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
Half of the room is being
Yeah.
on fire because forcefully torn off.
Yeah.
It's not there. Good words, huh? Hi there.
Sketchy. What a pleasant surprise.
Well, every time I see you, it's bad news.
Yeah, probably.
Last time you killed 3 million people. Now you killed my ex-boyfriend.
The light.
As far as I know, there is no situation in Afghanistan currently requiring my attention.
Oh,
I'm not
he's
here.
trapped in the past, right?
Need an audience for this?
Yes, you
I
do. You do. That's
Yes,
why
you
you're
do.
good.
Look at your face.
Yeah,
Look
right.
at how angry you are. Look at how much trouble you went through to bring your mom and dad here.
Right. I'm
Look at-
pretty sure.
Look at her being soaking.
We were talking about what her weakness was.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the family. That's the weakness.
Everybody got some weakness here and there. Eh?
Yeah, they planned it that way because classically heroes and villains in the comics always have a weakness.
Cage is
Baby squids falling out of the sky. When's the last time? 3 weeks ago.
He would know. He would know exactly.
He's the head of the traumatized community.
That's right.
you knew.
It's even worse than what you think.
You work for the FBI.
I'm the top vigilante.
And then all these secrets
Yeah.
just sort of clashing with each other.
They should not be in the same room.
Yeah.
Reruns. I'll show her a goddamn rerun. This is what's the color?
She said that to him 10 years before.
Yeah.
He's still ruminating on it.
Transfer into what? Into the most worthy adversary.
That's why he's alive. He's found someone to give him worth that he can match.
I saved mankind. Again. And you have the audacity to...
I'm not sure about them being able to take him so easily. Because you remember in the comic book when Night Owl and Rorschach tried to, he just completely disposed of them.
Even if they have the second season, it will. The work is going to be much different from this one because the trio company is gone and stuff.
Yeah, well, he says if he does the second season, it won't be with these characters necessarily. He'll just go focus on some other people. Fascinating.
Yeah.
What does one do with such a mask and costume?
Sex stuff.
No, I'm getting at he could become a vigilante because
okay.
he's an orphan, so he's got that tragedy that they all require.
It will end right before her feet touch.
All right, well, now give us a second, and we will give you our reaction to the series as a whole, now that we've watched all 9. And now we're back, and this is going to be our reaction review, I guess our review, not a reaction, to the complete season. Min, as always, I'll begin with you. Tell me, what is your review, what are your thoughts on the completed season now that we watched all 9 episodes?
The entire season, you
Yeah.
mean?
If you want to comment on episode 9, feel free, but we finished the series now, so
okay.
or the season, I should say. So what are your thoughts?
Particularly on episode 9, it feels great. It ties every question together.
Yeah.
It does offer the big fight. It does show you who's the big villains is, and how the ending should be, as well as the solution. However, have you ever went to a party and everything tastes good, and at the end you're like, wait, that's it?
Where are you going with this? Oh,
I am
this
going
does
there.
sound good.
I
This does
am
sound
going
good.
there. Like it's good, all right, but compared to episode 8 or the black and white episode,
Oh, right.
this one is rather lacking for the episode finally.
Right. Well, they had to tie up all the plot lines, so they
Yes.
couldn't spend that much time on character. They
I-
did spend some on Vite, though.
Yes.
The beginning of the episode, more on Vite. Actually, more Vite in this episode.
A
than-
lot of vibe
yeah.
for the last 3 episodes already.
Yes, but definitely
So-
this one more than any other episode in the series.
So yeah, that's my feeling on this particular one. All right, that is, it's great, it's amazing, but there is a single glimpse of my heart that keeps saying, "Wait, that's it."
I thought there was a very emotional scene though between Angela and Manhattan.
Yes,
when
that one is amazing.
he tells her, "Well, she's all, where are you right now?" He's like, "I'm in every moment we were ever together." And then
Yeah.
you get the montage of them together. And at the very end, the blue is gone. It's just him as a man before he finally disappears.
There's more. There's more. Like, why is you teleport everyone to be safe and I'm here? And he's like, I'm afraid to die alone.
Right.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Regarding the entire season, as we talked before, you don't got show of this quality every few years.
Yeah.
So this one is amazing on par or even surpass Chernobyl. They're completely different.
Yeah, very different shows. Very different.
However, it leaves an empty in your heart when you finish it. You're
Right.
like, what I'm gonna do next?
Right.
What do I do with my life? What can I watch next?
Right. So I don't know if I mentioned before, but we have Witcher lined up for next week. We'll
Ooh.
see if we're into that. if we are, then we'll just do reactions for the whole series. But our next move after this is to do Witcher episode 1, season 1. So we'll see how that pans out.
Regarding you, how do you think about the entire season, this season of Watchmen?
It is a remarkable television because there's so many elements and they all fit together. And there were enough clues that when there was the reveal, they weren't a complete surprise. It was fair to us. These mysteries that were created, they gave us enough clues that if we tried to guess, we could potentially, but there were some things we weren't able to guess. I think most people were surprised by Cal being Dr. Manhattan. I think that was a genuine surprise, but the clues were there, so it was fair. And then the fact that there's a deeper meaning about race within America, that they tackled an important issue, and when we get to episode 6, they handled that issue brilliantly. The combination between telling a good story, revealing character, and then saying something meaningful about how superheroes and race, what is the combination, and how do those tell us more about the way that one race has been discriminated against throughout history. And it's all there. Every little moment, interaction between the characters is revealing character and theme and moving the plot.
All the layer is well integrated to each other. It's not separated like there's that one layer and there's more, and the other layer tied closely to the next one and the previous one.
Right.
I love it, that one. You can watch it pure-heartedly as an action show or as a like mystery show with lots of people having superpower and scheme.
Right.
Or you can watch it about a woke show and like being discriminating races and stuff.
Right.
Or as a true Watchmen fan.
Right.
With everything together.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Yeah, it's all there. How about the acting? What did you think about the acting? Let's comment on that.
Particularly, I don't like Angela Abar acting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Regina
like,
King.
It's kinda mediocre for a man leading. I really love like Blake's. I really like John.
You tell me character's name.
Okay.
I forget the actor's name. All right, so you like the guy who played Dr. Manhattan. I know his name. I'm just forgetting it. And Blake. Oh yeah, Jean Smart. I think is the actress that plays Laurie. She plays Laurie. I got there.
Every character is very well presented. However, Angela in particular, because she's supposed to be the main actor of the show, the main lead, like from episode 1 throughout the end, I find her particularly her screaming a bit less.
You know that's a minority because I read the forums as part of my research for each episode, so I can see how people are reacting. Your view is a minority view. Many people are very happy with her acting.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, but as a leading role, she should be a bit more like Blake's, like Laurie, because when you look at her, she's very captivating.
Yeah, I don't agree because there are moments where she expresses a lot through the eyes.
Yeah. The eye is completely made up for the voice.
Like you see that in episode 6 where she doesn't do a lot. She's only there as a figure while we're watching the story of her grandfather Will. But when we do see her, she's communicating a lot through her eyes in that episode.
It's like we can totally feel what she feels through her memory about grandpa's memory. It's very confusing, but you get it.
Yeah. All right, anything left? How about the music? So he did not know who Nine Inch Nails and Trent Reznor were. I've kind of tried to introduce, because I like Trent Reznor a lot, so I played some music from Nine Inch Nails for him behind the scenes. But now, just in general, what did you think of the scoring of the series?
Highly fitting, very symbolic, but it's a great choice when you bring like old times music, the good one, into the show. Like it shows some sort of like diluted, an opposite, and kind of like another version of history as you noted. Right.
So definitely there was the industrial scoring that we got from Trent Reznor, but when we saw Vite, it was classical music, and when we had the flashback scene for Will Reeves, it was jazz music, and then we saw the very final episode and the very first musical score from Oklahoma. So there was a variety of sounds. Yeah. The main predominant theme was Nine Inch Nails, but I thought the way they introduced the other kinds of sounds was very well balanced and integrated.
Lovely. It shows you the atmospheric feeling that the directors want you to feel. It's there. I can't call what it is. I'm not American myself.
Right.
But it's there. I can totally feel what they want me to feel.
Now, the last question I have is, do you think there should be a season 2?
I am not sure, because such a good show will create high expectations for the next show. And what will they do? obviously it's going to put a lot of pressure on HBO themselves as well as the writer. So I am not sure about that. This one, should it end right here? Should it go personally? If I have to pick, yes, there should be more because as you have seen, there are a lot of characters we haven't explored yet.
Well, the only character in the mystery that was never resolved, to my
Yeah.
mind, was Lube Man. In episode 4, he's the guy who's watching Angela when she throws the parts of the wheelchair, Will's wheelchair, into the over the side of the overpass, and she looks and she sees some strange guy
Lube
with
Man.
goggles,
Like-
and she chases him and he runs away.
And then
Now-
they put lube on his like,
Right.
just like that, like,
Right. My understanding is in Peteypedia this week that is addressed, and I didn't get a chance to read that yet, but pretty sure it's Petey. That's the character who's Lube Man. So that's the only thing that never got answered on screen. But Damon Lindelof said in an interview somewhere, it was either with Craig Mazin on the HBO podcast or it was with either GQ or Esquire, there was a print interview with him, that they introduced Petey, or they introduced Lube Man knowing they would not solve that mystery. They wouldn't have the space. So they had to decide, do we still put it in knowing that we won't be able to answer that within the season? And they decided to leave it in. So Damon Lindelof is known for disappointing people, creating mysteries and then not satisfactorily answering them. But I think here, that is not the case. I
it's
think
delivered. It's delivered very nicely.
Yeah.
Like he tried to build up mystery. At one point, I was like, Mr. Anatole, there's so many questions I can't get up. And then the next episode tried to release a little bit of the answer, but more question than answer, and it's very well paced. I would say.
Yeah, definitely there were a lot of questions they had answered the last 2 episodes. But like you said, throughout the series, it would answer some and pose a couple more. But the pacing of how they answered the questions was very well handled, I thought.
Intriguing, but pleasing at some point.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, men, I have to stop there. I need to get to work. So please join us again on this channel. If not for The Witcher, then just for any other
Just hang
reviews
around,
or reactions. Yeah, that's right. So I hope you enjoyed our reaction to this season of Watchmen. And until next time, take care and be well.
See you.
Bye.
This is amazing. This is all amazing. The plot. It's such a 2019 level of plot.
What do you mean by that?
Very, very advanced.
So the way that it requires audiences to keep up with the plot?
Yes, to understand, to assume, to follow, to notice the detail, to talk with friends about it.
Right.
You need more than one brain to understand all this.
Right. That's one thing that many of the, not all, but many of the HBO shows count on, because HBO is still a broadcasting network.
And so they work that way.
Yes.
They find it better for them to work that way.
Yes, they want people talking about it for the whole week. And I like it. It's different because now we've become these consumers of shows.
Binge watch, yeah.
We binge. We don't get to spend time talking about each episode
I think
and
that
guessing.
this is better. This is better.
I do prefer it. I do. Yeah.
Because it's built up the expectation.
Right.
But it's kind of put pressure on the show itself because if you expect too much and the show sucks, it's bad.
Well, yeah. But fortunately, HBO is the gold standard.
Yeah.
Most of their programs are the best of the best. They're really good. Except for
A few seasons now.
it's the last 2, the very last 2. It's so disappointing. For so long, it was maybe the best show on TV. Really, you could
Everybody's
argue.
been talking about all the memes are built about it, built
Yeah.
around it. and
Right.
Take the material from. Right. I would love if my sons want to be a superhero one day. Or like, not Superman, not Batman. Be a White.
No, it's terrible. You. Oh, I don't know about this son of mine. I wish it was a daughter. Oh, I want my son to be Adrian Veidt, a self-centered narcissist who killed 3 million people.
Yeah, cool. It works. Like, look at Batman. I don't want to use gun, but my bikes has a lot of them though. Like, what? See?
What?
My bikes.
Yeah, your bikes have a lot because you have terrible riders. It all
No.
depends-
I'm talking about in Batman
Yeah, I'm
perspective.
saying, Batman, your bikes have guns because you have terrible riders. So even though Batman has a no-kill philosophy, he he doesn't always have good writers. And so they get all weird about that.
Yeah, so that's weird. Like, Batman don't use gun, he buys his shit tons.
Yeah, because he has terrible writers. That's one of the frustrating things. You can have a really good
No,
character.
but among all of the... So what I love about the original Watchmen, okay, God Forsaken Me, movies by Zack Snyder, what I really loved about it is their variety depiction of justice. So, Night Owl has its own vision of justice.
Yes. Night Owl.
Everyone has his or her own division of justice.
All right, let's continue.
Record?
Record. All right. Oh, right, and let's stop.
Let's
Stop this recording.